Okay, so let's start the session. First of all, I will tell what are the first question. First question. What is the minimum results needed to do A levels? The minimum result is you have to pass the subjects, right? Minimum mean at least you should have a S. Okay, especially for maths and English. Okay, maths, English, and the first language minimum requirement is S, right? So you have to pass that in order to do the A levels, right? Without passing these things, can you sit for A level? Answer is yes, right? Even without passing these subjects, you can sit for A levels. Okay, right. So that part also done. Now the other part is what type of stream you should select. Now you got 6 type of streams now, right? Those days when we were doing ALs, we had only 4 streams. Now you got 6 streams, right? You got maths stream, physical science stream in maths stream. Second one, you got biological science stream. Third one, commerce, arts, and you got E-Tech and Biotech. So there are 6 streams to get. You can go in 6 streams, right? So what are the things? So how you should select according to your need? Okay, remember guys, you would have done something in O level, right? You would have done something in O level. O level, now you have different concepts about different subjects. So some people you might think maths is very difficult. Some people might think science is very difficult subject. So you have to go in a commerce stream or art stream, right? You might have different opinions in different subjects. But to be honest, it is not like that. Okay, those concepts actually came from the experience what you have in those subjects. Okay, the idea, whatever came to your mind, using that one, you have the idea. But remember, you can go for any field, whatever you want in your A levels. Okay, so whatever your O level experience does not affect the A level experience, right? But only one thing is there: you have to do it. You have to give your 100%. Okay, you have to give the maximum. Right? You guys know how you gave for O levels, right? O levels, you know, you didn't give your 100%. Actually, you gave, like a student who would have worked really hard for O levels, actually would have given maximum around 20 to 30% from your side. Okay, because in O level, actually, we don't get that mood to give that 100%. But A levels, it's different. Right? If you can give your 100%, definitely you can come for one of the greatest results. You can get the biggest results. If you do A levels, now what is that one? You can select whatever stream according to your requirement. Remember, there is nothing called maths is difficult, science is difficult, right? The thing is the way how you what you can tell, the way how you give your time and how much you engage in that work matters, right? So even before your the best thing is if you are planning to A levels, you can start your A levels now itself. Right, you can go for A level classes and you can start the A levels now itself. Right. So whatever I am speaking, is it very clear? The sounds is clear, right? Someone, can you put it in the chat box for them? Someone can put it in the chat box, right? Okay. Good. Now, thanks. Now, the other thing is, right? Again, now we'll think now during O level period. Now you have a very bad experience in maths and science. So you're asking, sir, can we do A level in maths and science field? The answer is yes, you can do. You can first you can check, you can try it for first 4 months. Okay, you can check that for first 4 months whether you can cope up with these things by giving you 100%. But if there are some basic issues in your maths, right, especially maths, only science, we don't have a basic, but in maths, there is a basic. If you're weak in those basics, please, you take these 4 months and you make those basics into a proper section so you can continue in maths and science. Okay, then the other question is most of the students, they ask whether they want to be a school candidate. It means is school a must? right? For A level, math, science, or commerce, arts, those things. Okay, so different, again, parents are in different concepts, but the reality is for A levels, school is not must, right? You can do as a private candidate also. So the next question will be, if you do as a private candidate, A levels, will it affect the Z score, or like will it affect the university entrance? The answer is no, right? Nothing will happen. Okay, the only thing is you are a private candidate. It won't affect your university entrance. It won't affect uh, anything other than you being a private candidate, right? Then, if it go to a school, is it a benefit? Is it good if you go to a school when you are doing ALs, right? So, if I'm talking about maths, first of all, I'll talk about math science field, right? After that, I come for those commerce arts, right? In math science field, without going to a school, it's like this. It's based on the school. Now, let's say there are pros and cons in school. Now, we'll say now you're going to a school. So in that school, you got very good teachers. Okay. Now I'm talking for math science students. This is not for commerce arts, right? For commerce arts, I will tell after this. If you're a math student, the best math or science student, the thing is, if you can go to a school, you can check these things. The first thing, whether the teachers who are teaching, actually, the nowadays, Puta, mainly, it's a truth, although it's bitter, we have to tell the truth. Mostly, most of the things, most of the schools, most of the things now, most of the students actually they are covering the entire syllabus, everything using tuition. That's the truth, right? So even the school teachers they also know this, so they also teach according to that concept only, because students they learn using tuition here. Therefore, now when we take schools, you can go to school, first of all check whether the teachers are good. If something is happening in that school, it's better you can go to that school, because you can speak with those teachers, you can get a term test experience, you can get laboratory experience, right? Likewise, you get some experiences there, so that's worth it. But if something happening in that school, right? So you can ask from seniors. But if the subject and if the teachers, if there are not much things are happening, like going to a school is waste of time in Puta, better you can do as a private candidate. You have to see the schools what you're going to get now. Okay, so it depends on the schools. There are some schools actually really very good. So they got very good teachers. They are doing a very good effort for the students. Yeah, there are schools like that. So if you can go for those things, like you are lucky. So your time you won't waste your time, because remember math science stream time matters, right? Again, it's not like O level and A level completely different, right? Now, O level, Putra, even if you work hard, even in the last few months, still you can go for a very big result. A level is not like that. You have to work from the scratch. Then only you can go for a big results, right? So this is the idea about the schools for A level students, right? So you can, if it's possible, you can, if you're not going for a school, then nothing will happen to you, right? The thing is, you have to work during that time without wasting time. That's the only thing, right? For commerce and arts students, what's the better advice I can give you is, right? If you're doing commerce, my kind advice is you better avoid school, right? So by avoiding school, you can try A level in 1 year. Okay. For this advice is so, right? The students who are in commerce arts. Okay. While doing this, Puta, if you have a chance to do some other courses related, whatever the field you are interested, accounting, business management, whatever the field you are interested, you can go into those sections, right? You can, while doing A levels, you can start that also. So in 1 year, while doing A levels, you can finish it. If not, you can do it like this also without doing 1 year. Or you don't go to school, right? If you go to school, you're going to waste the time actually for commerce stream. What you're going to do now, you have gone to school up to O levels. So what you can do is you can apply as a private candidate. So you can go for those classes for those subjects. Plus, you can develop some other qualifications while you're doing this 2.5 years program, because A-level only 2.5 years. So these 2.5 years, you can at least finish some up to some degree level, right? So when you're done with your A-levels, you can continue then, right? So you got some ACCA, CIMA, likewise you got some options. So you have to do this according to your requirement without wasting your money. So if there are students, like if you're not going to do A-levels, so now you have planned, no, I'm not going to do A-levels. I'm going to do a foundation and I'm going to continue this. So if you are like that, Putha, right, the better thing is, please don't go to waste your money on different courses, right? So when you go to Open University Trainer, right, you got very good courses, right? You got very good courses. Okay, that's actually worth for the money. Some amount, again, that amount also very low amount. Okay, the courses also they give for a very good price, very reasonable price. Okay, so you can start those things also. Okay, you get good qualification. So you can go to Open University website and you can check what are the available courses according to your requirement. Right, so these are the options you got after O levels, but don't go to waste your time. Right? Then, and what are the things you get after this? Like if you do A levels, what's the benefit? What are the fields you can go? The benefit is Putha like this. Always I advise most of the students maximum try to do math science streams because it will help you to give you more options in future. Because nowadays everything developing with technology. Right? So, but because of that, just because the important thing is this. Just because everyone doing IT now, most of the students when they don't get any option, like when they don't have any idea to do anything, their only option is going in IT field. But remember the people who have done in IT field who are excellent students in IT, okay, or most of the people they are suffering without a job, right? So you can't guarantee a job just because you are doing IT. If you are doing IT, Putha, remember you should be you should have the thirst for that IT. You should you should love it. Right? If you love that field, definitely do that. Definitely you can go for a very good place. But if you don't have a love now, you don't have any choices. So just because of that, if you are going to select IT, remember guys, you're actually taking a very foolish decision, right? Because you are going to have a job in this field because it's very hard to compete with current market, right? In IT. IT is actually developing, but the best thing is while doing other courses, you can adapt the IT skills as well, right? You can get IT skills from so many places, but IT is very important. But if you're choosing the IT field as the only field, remember you should definitely have the thirst of it. Otherwise, right, it will be the most foolish decision what you can make. Because even right for IT people nowadays, because I know IT people, so they don't have even job to do free of charge. What do you mean by free of charge? Because normally when you do IT, normally you have a period called internship. In that internship period, you have to do that. A small internship period is there, so they will pay a small amount of salary. But nowadays, the people who have done IT, they are suffering to get an internship. Right? It means they actually applying for companies. We are ready to work free of charge. Because they should get actually experience. At least they will get some experience. But they are applying to get free of charge, but still they are not getting those. And that's why I'm telling in IT nowadays. Although you are doing IT, remember, IT you got a future here. If you want to get a very good future in IT, definitely you should love that field. You should like really good at it. Okay, so people who are doing foundation and doing IT, I don't appreciate it because IT means you need a very good mathematics brain. If you are good at mathematics, actually IT is a very good field. But remember, if you are weak at mathematics, Putha, right? Remember, IT gonna hit you very badly, right? So remember these things before you selecting a field. Then what is a better field? Now I don't know anything. I don't want to do maths. I don't want to do science. I don't want to do IT. Because in this world, you have to do something. So see what is the most interested area for you, right? So using those things, you just try to come for a good decision. I'm going to do this. Okay, you can be an entrepreneur also. You can start some own business. There are so many opportunities now. Okay, this world is like a global market, a global world, right? So understand your skills Using those skills, try to build up things. Right. Now, I come to the next part. For the math science students who are doing math science, normally they try to do IT. Right? By skipping chemistry, they try to do IT. So, what's the point here? The point is, now we'll think you are planning to do IT instead of chemistry. Remember, you are not open to everything in the university. But if you do chemistry for A levels, you're open for anything. Right? You can do any field, whatever you want from any university if you get a very good results. Okay, so IT, when you're selecting IT, you are losing many opportunities in university, right? Because you are restricted to certain fields because you can do only certain fields if you do IT, especially if you're doing maths and science stream, right? Because most of the courses are allocated for the maths and science stream students, right, in university. So that's why I'm advising if you have a chance to do maths and science, please try to do that. Just give it a try. Definitely, you get your brain will start to work massively, right? Actually, it's really good. Okay, because brain will get some sort of pressure. Because of that pressure, brain will develop, right? So if you can try to do math science after doing math, because there are so many students, they are accountants, but in A levels they have done AL maths or AL science, but they are accountants now. Now they are IT engineers are there, but if you check them, they have done AL maths, or AL science. So remember, by giving this, because remember, if you want to compete with the current market, your thinking ability, your logical ability, everything should be high. So this is an age. Actually, now what you are doing is you are preparing to market you. Okay, when you can market you, when you have a very good qualification, right? Then only you can market yourself to the market. Then you can tell I have so and so qualification, so I can do this, I can do this, so you can hire me. I'll be a very good asset for your company. But then they will take you. All right. Then because if you're a very good person, definitely they won't miss you. So what you have to do now is up to 20, 22 years. Okay, what you have to do is you have to build up your qualifications and you have to build up your skills. Okay, all your skills. Not only qualifications. If you have only paper qualifications, recently in an Elon Musk interview, normally Elon Musk in an interview, he said what he asked from his employees. He said he won't check for those paper qualifications. Paper qualifications apart. There is something in paper qualification. No, but there is something in paper qualification. But he said what he asked from his employees. Okay, he asked few questions, something like this. Okay, he asked, tell a few difficult problems you have faced in your life, and tell me what are the solutions you gave for those critical problems in your life. Okay, how you acted in that situation. Okay, and he see what are the things you are doing in a critical situation, how you can handle a problem. This is only very important skill you have developed in your life. You have to improve your qualifications, plus you have to check what are the things you can improve, right, while doing these things. Now you got, you guys are 60, right? You got 4 more years to build up you. Again, whatever the field you're going to select, that is your life hereafter. Now, according to me, now I selected my field as medical field. Right? So now I'm in medical field. Now I can come to another field. Medical field is but I'm doing tuitions also. But while in A levels itself I started tuition. That is one field, but my main field is medical field. Likewise, right? You also select a field. If you select a field, after that you can jump to another field. If you are jumping, it's like you have wasted most of the time in your beautiful journey. So because you don't have time to waste, guys. Okay, so select it wisely before you do anything. Right, so these are the advices I can give you before selecting any field. Especially because don't go to waste your money in small diplomas, right? Please don't go to waste it. Please don't waste it. Don't waste your money and energy for those. Please go for a recognized university. Especially, it's actually very good, right? If you can go for open universities, they offer most of the courses for very reasonable price. So you can check those because it has some value, right? Please do these things, right? Hi. So this is my advice for all the O-level students. Remember, please try to increase your value during this time period because you are going to invest you, right, in the market. But you are going to invest you, your ideas, your experience, everything. Now you got time to ask questions. Now you can ask questions, whatever problems you have, right? A related to hand, chat you can ask your questions. I will reply for those doubts. Now you have a small time period. Maybe ask your doubts. You can ask. If you ask, I will reply. If you have anything, you can ask. Remember, guys, there are sometimes if you will single, what will happen? If you will Sinhala, the only problem is you can't enter into government university, but that was nowadays in a discussion. Right? If you will Sinhala, you can enter to government university, but other than that, nothing will happen for your university studies. If you are doing private, you can apply for private universities, nothing will happen because of Sinhala. In private university, they check only two things. One is English, the one is maths. If you have two C's for maths and Sinhala, I mean, you can do anything in any university. There is another question: is it compulsory to do accounting for commerce? Among a question I will ask from a A-level commerce stream teacher, and I will reply for that. But sure, okay, because I'm not in commerce field. So is it okay to choose math stream if I want to go in business field? Definitely. Because if you choose math stream Puta, to go in a business field, definitely it will give you a very good boost to your memory, not memory, to your brain, right? Actually, give you a good critical thinking when you do. Definitely, maths. It's very good. It's a very good choice. So if you get a C in maths, is it okay if you choose maths? Definitely, right? You can choose maths field. That's why I told. Although you get a C, Puta, the thing is, what you have done in O level is you didn't give you 100%. But if you have something to achieve here, if you have that real intention, whatever result may be in O level, right? If you develop those missing things, the missing gaps in O level, definitely you can connect the A level to a very good place. Everything, yeah. Okay, mind. So I want to go in IT field, but I guess my result in maths and science is S. So can I become a software engineer or do digital marketing? But sir, I'm scared. Will I be able to do well IT field? All right. The thing is, it's up to your interest, right? Software engineering is something, digital marketing is something, right? For digital marketing, you need creative ideas, then algorithms, right? But a software engineer, definitely to be a software engineer, you should need a very good maths brain. Then only you can be a software engineer without a maths brain, right? But the things what you can do from that, because mostly you guys know ITV is coding. Coding, if you go to good, your brain should work well. So that's because your results for maths and science SQL we can't what understand about your brain. Again, we can't give a explanation. We can't see any measurements related to that. But if you're interested in IT, go ahead. You can do and try it out. So to do math stream, must we have an interest in maths? Definitely, you should have. If you don't have any interest in that particular field, Sudha, now remember whatever field you're going to select. Now this is not compulsory selection. No? O level you had 9 subjects. It is like it is must to do. And you don't have options. Now, this is not like that. You have options. You just select whatever you are interested in. Okay, we are not telling although you are interested in it, we can't say that's easy. Although you are interested, those things might be difficult. But you are difficult things when you are doing, definitely you will come to a very good position. Another question: can we do maths, BS, and ICT? There is no field like that, but can we do it privately? There is maths scale. There is another thing. Right? Again, if you are going for these fields, there is mathematics scale. There is a section for these type of students. You can do like maths, BS, ICT. There is an option in accounting field. Commerce, there is a field. IT, BS, business studies, and you can do maths. There is a field like that. You can do. That is not applied to maths and biomaths. You can maths category. Right. So is it okay to choose math stream if the OL result for science is S? Yeah, I told you but you can't go to a school. A normal school, they ask the minimum results of C. They won't take you to school if the result is S. But you can do. Everything is your mind power. If you won't really do it, try to do it. Right? Don't bother about the O-level result. On the gap definitely you can. Next. So my interest is in psychology. Are there any places you would recommend me to try for this field? Although you are going to do psychology, better to do A levels first, right? If you do A levels, because A level experience is a different experience because you get a very good maturity using A levels, right? So definitely you do that and you can try the universities, okay, Colombo University, those things you can try these things. There are so many places to do psychology. But better to do A levels and those. Because only in psychology you can't go for because although you have learned psychology, the way managing things is comes with the logical thinking. Right. So what are the benefits of doing maths? Occupation based. If you do maths, earlier I told you maths again, definitely you get a very good thinking power. That thinking and logical power actually helps you to apply those things on the situations of critical situations. They are gamma can only do maths, right? Understanding everything goes good. So I like maths, but I don't like physics and chemistry. O-level remember O-level maths, O-level physics chemistry is different than A-level physics chemistry because O-level physics chemistry, although you don't have interest in A-levels, you can get those interests because actually we explain through concept. Mostly in O-levels, we don't see concepts-based education because the syllabus is very limited. Say limited syllabus, they don't give much concept-based explanations. Because we have to go out of the boundary to explain those things. Don't worry, become interest way. Don't judge using the O-level chemistry. Right. So is there any job opportunities other than doctor if we select biostream? Yes, there are so many options other than doctor. Right, so many streams are there in biology. Even IT stream also there. Right, even IT field also there. You can go for good salaries and other questions. If I get a S for science, will it affect my higher education? And what subjects will be available in IT field for ALs? Right. If you get S for science, nothing will happen to your higher education. Right. If you are whatever field you can select, you can do no problem, and you can do any subject. If you do, there is nothing called IT field in A level, right? if you're planning to do IT in future, I suggested the maths field, right? If you do maths and if you go to IT, definitely it will be helpful to you to but achieve much. Should I do chemistry to go engineering? Yes, chemistry. In local university, you have to definitely do chemistry to go for E faculty. Okay, because you can't. If you do ITs, lots of courses will be restricted in maths field. Right, you can go only for IT related things. For if you want to go to any electrical engineering, civil engineering, right, any engineering, mechanical, right, definitely you have to go, right. You should have chemistry. Even if you want to be a doctor, you have to do chemistry. If you want to be an engineer, you have to do chemistry, right. Ethical. For math science students, the better option is chemistry. Right. Next. So, what do you think is the best field for Muslim girls? Is commerce okay? Right. For Muslim girls, yeah, any field is okay for Muslim girls. Right. Right. Commerce is also fine. Right. But there are so many opportunities. Right. After doing commerce, the field what you're going to do, right, depends. So, what else? So, can I do ICT, accounting, and BS, but study maths for the experience? Yeah, you can do that. You can be a private candidate, and you can do ICT, accounting and business studies, or plus you can go for a A-level maths class too. Yeah, fine. Yeah, if you go, definitely it will be helpful. Right? So I don't like chemistry and I like ICT, but I want to do electrical and electronic engineering. If you want to do electrical and electronic engineering, you have to do chemistry. Right? එහෙම අවුලක් නෑ බං chemistry, right? The way how you think එහෙම අවුලක්ම නෑ chemistry, right? You try and see. Chemistry is actually a nice subject, right? You will love that. Right? එහෙම අවුලක්ම නෑ. Okay, any other questions? Right? But select whatever the field you're going to select wisely and keep an intention to the, although whatever difficulties, because you have done all levels. Now during OL exam, you understood your mistakes because you couldn't study certain subjects, but if you have studied definitely you would have scored clear. You have that regrets. But A levels, now keep those regrets away and do well in your A levels and whatever high education. Because remember, most of the people when they are going to high education, they just do in normal level. Even normal level, they don't go to high education. Do in a top level. Do everything in a top level. Then only you can go for very good results and you can get a very good opportunities. It is very important, right? Then apart from this, finally I have to tell I'm doing AL chemistry, right? So whoever interested to AL chemistry, you can see, can come and check those things on 24th of March. Wait, 24th of March means Tuesday. Okay. Today, 3rd, okay, after Eid. Okay, after Eid, we are starting 24th, an open day. So on that day, now I'm not going to speak about all the fields. On that day, I'm going to speak about chemistry and AL maths and biostream things, right? So remember, so you can come on that day. You can participate either online or physical classes happening at Shakthi Institute, Bambalapitiya. Like you can come. They are also. I hope this session would be a very useful session. I hope, right? Was it useful to? What is your idea? Did you get anything? So there's no more question. We can wind up. So okay. No, not team Comrade. Chemistry is in Shakthi, Bambalapitiya. Okay, Tuesday, 2:30. Right. Anything else? Then okay, then enjoy your vacation, but not much. Right? Okay, it was a start the next step immediate. Don't waste much time. Don't wait until your results come. All the best for all of you. Okay, then let's meet.